Yeah.
Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. My name is Alina. I'm a personal trainer here at Fitness Lounge. Today we're gonna do a quick little workout that consists of 5 exercises, and we're focusing on pull today. So our first exercise is going to be a neutral grip lat pull down, and we're gonna start by setting it up real quick. So you wanna make sure that you're always locked in. Your knees are locked in from the get-go. So in my case, I lower it all the way down because I don't want to be jumping up and down, especially if it's a little heavier or heavier than you, depending on the way that you're doing. You don't want to be pulled up at any point. So you want to be able to grip onto the handle. Bring yourself all the way forward. Deep breath in, full lengthening from the shoulders up. Opening up your chest and then driving your elbows towards your ribs. Deep breath in, full lengthening overhead, opening up your chest and driving your elbows towards your ribs. I like to go on a higher rep range on the neutral grip particularly. So in my case, normally about 85 to 100 pounds for anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. Once again, depending on the programming, depending on your coach, depending on the way you ate and slept. For the breathing, you want to breathe in right over here and breathe out on the lowering phase as this is your effort. Breathing out on the way down. You want to think about having a stick in between your scabs, and then you're squeezing right in the middle of the back. Driving your shoulder blades together and squeezing an imaginary stick right there. Our second movement for today is going to be a chest-supported dumbbell back row. So the perks of this one in particular is the fact that you're not able to have any momentum due to the fact that your chest is supported and not able to get away from the bench at any point. So the setup is a little awkward, but once you get the gist of it, it's a lot easier and a lot more clear. So you're placing your chest on the bench, a little bit higher on the bench. You would try to not slide down at any point. Placing your chin on the bench as well. I'm using dumbbells. You can use kettlebells as well. Full extension from the shoulders. You want to lengthen the muscle out throughout the whole entire set. Deep breath in. Bringing the elbows close to your body, almost brushing against the sides of your ribs, and then lengthening at the bottom at the same time. Deep breath in. Breathing out on effort, bringing your elbows up, and then lowering them straight back down. Notice how I'm not able to use momentum and bring my chest back off the bench at any point, unlike on a regular back row. Deep breath in, bringing your elbows back up. Here you can go heavier and lower the reps down, or you can grab lighter dumbbells, anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds, and go for about 12 to 15 reps, 3 to 4 sets. Once again, with the breathing, you want to exhale on effort, which is on the way up. Squeeze for a split second and then lower the dumbbells back down. Okay guys, so our third movement for today is going to be a seated cable back row. For this, we're going to be using a neutral adjustment that we used for the first movement. And to start with, you want to make sure that you're placing your feet on top of the pedals so that you're not face planting into the machine. Gripping onto the neutral grip. Pushing your hips back to create some sort of space. Bringing the handle forward towards you. You want to make sure that you're lengthening your muscles from your shoulder, the same way as we did on the lat pull down. Bringing yourself forward with the cable, almost curling up your upper back, and then bringing it back towards you. Almost curling up your upper back, and then bringing the cable towards you. Same exact thing as we've been doing with the breathing. Deep breath in on the lowering phase and breathing out on effort. I'm still keeping my knees slightly bent. I don't want them fully locked out, simply because I want to make sure that I'm not stretching out my hamstrings here. I'm not pulling anything. Leaning forward with it, bringing it towards my belly button. I like to go for about 3 sets of 12, 4 sets of 12 here at slightly lower weight. If I'm going heavier, as this is the third movement, so I would go slightly heavier on this right now. I would go about 2 sets of 15 at a heavier, or 3 sets of 10. Again, depending on your programming. All right, our fourth movement is going to be a cable rear delt movement. So it's a little trick. For example, you don't have a cable machine available to you. but you have a setup for the seated cable back row that's available to you. So you're gonna remove the neutral grip and remove all the little adjustments that are on it. I am using a 5-pound because I kind of prefer it being slightly lighter due to the fact that I have a rotator cuff injury. And I bring them into a crisscross position. So the left cable goes into my right hand, the right cable goes into my left hand. I bring myself all the way to the front of the machine and bring my feet close together at the front pedal. You want to bring your hands to the side 90 degrees and picture as if you're squeezing your scaps together and squeezing a stick right in the middle. Similar thing as what you're doing with lateral raises where you're bringing your pinkies up. Kind of the same shenanigans here. Deep breath in, bringing them all the way back, squeezing, and bringing them all the way to the front, stretching out your shoulder muscles and your back muscles at the front. Breathing out on effort, and then slowly stretching it out at the front, rounding up your upper back. And then bringing it back to the front. I like to do these about 3x12 to 4x12, depending on how much of a finisher I want this to be for my back. If I didn't have such an intense workout and I still feel fresh enough to finish it up a 4x10, I would go for a 4x10 to 12 rep range and set range. Once again, deep breath in, driving it all the way back, squeezing, and then full lengthening at the front. All right, guys, our last movement is going to be an easy bar bicep curl. So I'm using a 20-pound here. You can use higher, lower, once again, depending on your strength. Here, you want to make sure that you're squeezing in your glutes and not overarching your lower back. We don't want to strain anything. Gonna bring it close to your body. You want to squeeze in those elbows to the side of your body. Bring the bar all the way down and lengthen the bicep. Bring it all the way towards your shoulders here. Once again, all lengthening all the way at the bottom, and then shortening the muscle by bringing it towards your chest. Fully lengthening the bottom, breathing out and bringing it towards your chest. I like to fixate on either something at the front of me or bring my chin slightly higher. Apparently there's a science that makes it more difficult, something that my husband tells me. But I like to fixate on something right in front of me. Normally I look at myself in the mirror when I do that. Deep breath in and breathing out, bringing the easy bar towards us. And squeezing the bicep here. You want to make sure you're not limiting the range of motion at any point and not doing quarterly reps. You want a full, nice, lengthened range of motion.